Welcome to today's deep dive. Today we are looking at a stack of World Bank data, along with some really fascinating case studies detailing the rise of Shenzhen Power Solutions, or SPS.
Right. Our mission today is to unpack the story of SPS. We want to analyze their unique frugal business model, map out the market opportunity in off-grid Africa, and explore how they cope with some pretty immense scaling challenges.
And you really have to start with their founder to understand this. Xia Li, who goes by Susan, she actually grew up studying by candlelight in rural China.
Yeah, which is such a telling detail. She eventually built this successful tech trading business in Shenzhen, but it was a trip to India in 2007 that kind of gave her this aha moment.
Right, seeing those sprawling off-grid communities.
Exactly. She realized the sheer scale of the potential there. It wasn't just a social mission, but a massive commercial opportunity in serving the bottom of the pyramid.
And the opportunity is just staggering.
Sure.
Roughly 600 million people in Africa lack electricity. That is about half the continent heavily relying on...
On toxic, expensive kerosene.
Exactly. And SPS looked at that data and realized this is not a charity case. It is an enormous, completely untapped consumer base.
But here's the catch. To actually capture that base and compete with kerosene, they had to hit a strict $5 price point for a solar lamp.
Because $5 is about the cost of 3 to 4 months of kerosene, right?
And reaching that required extreme frugal engineering. They created what they called the candles killer. And I love this detail. They reduced the entire lamp to just 9 components.
9 components and exactly one single screw.
One screw. But manufacturing wasn't even the biggest bottleneck. It was shipping.
Because the original lamp had this bulky built-in stand, meaning they could only fit 40 lamps in a standard box.
So they did this brilliant logistical pivot. They eliminated the stand completely and replaced it with a simple hook designed to attach to an empty soda bottle.
Soda bottle hack.
Yeah.
It shrank the product size so drastically that they could suddenly fit 96 lamps in a box instead of 40.
Slashing their shipping costs by 2/3. It's just brilliant.
And that $5 lamp gets them in the door. It builds a trusted relationship. Then they pair those high-volume, low-margin sales with a pay-as-go, or pay-as-you-go financing model.
Which allows them to upsell larger items like solar TVs and fridges. But scaling that ecosystem brings up huge challenges, especially financing gaps.
Because pay-as-you-go means customers pay over time.
Yeah.
That creates major cash flow strains for SPS.
They're essentially sitting on years of future receivables. To bridge that gap, they blend impact investor equity with local debt financing.
And that equity side got a really nice boost recently when Susan won the 2024 Schwab Foundation Award.
It certainly helps keep the operations running, but logistics and distribution are a whole other beast. Reaching the last mile in rural areas is brutally expensive.
To fix that, SPS built regional African warehouses. And they partnered with Total Energies to sell rebranded lamps directly at rural gas stations.
And they held a really hard line on packaging for that deal. Total Energies wanted standard cardboard boxes for the shelves, but SPS negotiated the use of cheap, recyclable plastic pouches.
Just to keep the end price down for the consumer, protecting the unit economics.
But even if you solve sales and distribution, fixing tech off-grid is tough. A broken solar panel is useless if nobody can fix it.
So they launched the Solar Tech Academy. They actively train local youth in basic solar repairs and battery replacements. It solves the maintenance hurdle and creates local jobs at the same time.
It proves that extreme constraints really do force brilliant innovation. And it is something for you to think about in your own work or business. What is your soda bottle solution to drastically cut overhead?
That is a great takeaway. But I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. SPS and its competitors are flooding Africa with tens of millions of solar batteries.
Which only have a 5 to 10 year lifespan.
Exactly. So what happens when they finally die? How will these remote off-grid villages handle that massive incoming wave of electronic waste?
That is going to be a huge secondary challenge to watch in the coming years.
Something for you to ponder until next time. Thanks for joining this deep dive.
Thank you for listening to Mission Possible, innovating for the world's most marginalized. This podcast is built on the outstanding work of our students, whose curiosity and commitment drive much of the research and storytelling you hear. Each episode is grounded in academic research and shaped through close collaboration with our partners. To learn more about the research and partnerships behind this podcast, feel free to contact us. Thank you for joining.